The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to the Best of Central Florida. It smells beautiful in here, looks beautiful in here, and not just because I am joined by my beautiful co-host.
That was really clever.
Nichols, how are you today?
I'm great.
So we have a lot of flowers here because we're hitting the best wedding businesses in all of Central Florida. Wedding day, fun day, important day, I would think. What do you look forward to for your wedding day?
Marrying the love of my life.
Wow, that's very, very well said. But there are a lot of moving parts when it comes to wedding businesses. And what I'm excited about the most today is not just the fact that you've joined us, but our guests today are people that we know, people that we trust, wonderful businesses. And I think you might get a flower or two after this. What do you think?
I mean, I might steal some if I don't.
Super excited about today's show. Here's what we're going to do. A very quick break. When we return, the best wedding businesses in all of Central Florida. Planning a wedding, getting married, what a fabulous thing. Two people becoming one. But you also have two people now that bring debts, bring their own investments. It's time when you get married to really re-strategize, recalibrate your finances, because now we are a team. We are not individuals anymore. You should do that with John Ledford Fortress Wealth Group. It is. It's two people becoming one, two great things coming together. What a great time to re-strategize your investments.
Absolutely, and I think communication obviously is key, and then creating common goals and commonality around how you do life is super key. I'll never forget, years ago I was meeting with a young couple. They'd been married for maybe 2 years. And the husband who came in, and he was kind of leading the conversation, super excited, telling me, hey, we made $90,000 last year. That's my typical earnings. I've saved almost $90,000 over the last 2 years. I mean, really phenomenal saver, great story. And I looked at his wife and I said to her, when was the last time you guys went on a vacation? And she burst into tears, right? Because he had these really hard-driving financial goals, which were awesome, and he was implementing in an incredible way, but they had never really talked about it. Yeah. So to your point, we have people coming together, setting strategy for the rest of their lives. The most important thing is get great advice, get on the same page, do life together. It's a lot more rewarding that way.
And it becomes way complicated, too, when you have two people with different investment accounts, different passwords, and if something happens, God forbid, to one of them, it could all go to their family or their cousins or their brothers or their sisters. You really need to evaluate it as two become one.
Yeah, and as you know, we do, as a firm, we do full cycle. We not only provide the investment advice, but make sure the estate plan is in place, make sure there's a shared portal where husband and wife have access, and there's common language taking place on a daily basis.
I love it. John, awesome to see you. He's great, isn't he?
He's crushing it.
Everyone
always
says I make it easy here, but he makes it easy for me. It's unbelievable.
John knows what's up.
QR code on the screen right now for Fortress Wealth Group. Please check them out today.
The Best of Central Florida, Makaila's Choice, is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
So every young girl, and even guys, I think, dream of their wedding day, and where you get married is so, so important. I had the absolute privilege of coming here the other day, and I'm back again. So Makaila's Choice for Best Wedding Business is this incredible wedding venue, BLB Hacienda. I am joined by Bob and Bill. We're missing Lee. But that's okay. Hi, Lee. But I had the most incredible time. How long have you guys been open?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Wow. And one of the things that I love the most is you guys really do it all. I was so impressed, from feeding the chickens to taking care of everything to building this incredible venue. You do it all. Why is that?
Well, we want everyone to have a unique experience. And we offer something that a lot of venues don't. With the animals, that's a plus for us. And people get to touch them, get to pet them. And it's a joy for them because they're not around them, and it's a joy for us to see them enjoy themselves.
And these aren't just any animals. You have retired Disney horses. How did that happen? That's like just incredible. That's magic in itself.
Well, I'm retired from Disney, so I spent 26 years in the wedding department there, And with that, I got to see a lot of things and that made people happy. So we have a venue that can take care of them, and we love them. And it's a joy for us to have them because they are such a plus in our lives.
Yeah, truly, truly magical. And we're standing right now in like the ceremony center where you tie the knot, you do the thing. You also officiate, so really it's kind of a one-stop shop.
Yeah, if they have their license and they want to do it, we're happy to do it for them.
Yeah, that's incredible. So what is like your favorite thing about watching people get married here?
Oh, watching them get married is when they come on property, their guests are usually just amazed. They knew they were going to come to a wedding, but they had no idea they were going to have the experience they have here. Yeah. So that makes it special for us and them.
Definitely. And I mean, you have this location, you also have like the barn, you have the bridal suite, where the cowboys hang out. Right? And just, it's really kind of an awesome location where you can really, immerse yourself. You can spend the day. I mean, you were saying that the bride, the bride tribe get here really early and hang out with you the whole day.
All day. They enjoy themselves. They get their makeup, their hair done, and everything here. And then we do the ceremony. They have a cocktail hour, and then they go down to the party barn, and they have dinner, and then they dance and drink and have a good time, or they don't dance and drink and still have a good time.
Yeah, so I mean, it's so impossible to not have a good time when you're here. Just the ambiance. I mean, the three of you just really, you run the show, you run the place, and more importantly, you're doing what you love.
How about this? Can we check out another location?
I mean, yeah, we can, but I'm really enjoying
this. It's beautiful, but also comfortable. I don't feel stuffy here either. I think you've really nailed it on both aspects of that. Show me another place.
All right, well, let's go check out the bridal suite, because I'm excited about that. Yeah. So we are here in the bridal suite. Honestly, this is where I would
feel like I'm going to get kicked out.
You might.
I know, I feel uncomfortable kind of, but it is awesome.
It's incredible.
I've already been upstairs too.
Yes,
it's amazing.
Kind of creepy, even though you just said you should leave. And
well,
now,
there are no brides in here.
No, there isn't. But there is a lovely upstairs. So if you and your girls have too many mimosas, you can take a little nap, which is very refreshing. And the first look, that's important, especially between a father and his daughter or whomever. Upstairs, that's kind of where the magic happens, right?
That's where it happens. And I've already had my hair done, so I can go up there.
I love it. And I think one of the touches, one of the incredible things that you guys do is you make everyone feel at home. I mean, you have a catered charcuterie board, absolutely amazing cheese. You really just go above and beyond. Why do you feel like going above and beyond is something you guys have to do?
Well, it makes them comfortable. And our whole goal here is to make people comfortable and enjoy what they're doing, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime memory. We hope they're only going to do it once and do it with us. So that's why we offer it.
No, I love it. And aside from weddings, I mean, you guys do corporate events, which is incredible. I mean, get-togethers. How do I go about booking that?
You just go on our website, BLB Hacienda. But we also do birthday parties.
Birthday parties.
Really?
They're quite a hit. They're quite a hit. Yeah.
So when we're looking at the party barn, I mean, I can do I come in and I say, hey, I have no idea what I want to do for my wedding. Do you hold my hand? Like, how does that process work?
We take you through the whole process. We start out with your date, how many guests you have, and if you have an officiant, or if you don't, I'm right here. And then we go from there, about transportation, photography. We go through the whole thing in our office upstairs, and we make sure that you leave with a sense of, I covered everything with you.
Been here 5 years, but make no mistake, you have almost 30 years of experience throwing grandiose weddings. You know what you're doing. How has that experience helped?
Well, it's given us a step in the direction that most people don't have, because we have seen the best of the best, and we've seen some situations, that weren't so good. So we make sure that we go with the best right here.
Well, you guys really are the best. Bill, Bob, Lee, the whole crew, BLB Hacienda. I know I will be back, whether it's a wedding or an event, something of that nature. Keep up the great work that you guys are doing, and thanks for inviting us here.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after the short break with People's Choice.
If you are getting married, you're probably also thinking about buying a house. Where do we live? It's a question that everyone that gets married has. Where do you live? And we don't want to rent anymore. We want to buy. But you think about it. Look, Orlando has gotten expensive. Good news for you. Ocala, Marion County, way less expensive. Joined by Alicia Lopez, Ocala Realty World. How much less expensive are the prices in Ocala?
Almost 40% less.
40% less at a time when interest rates are up, house prices are up. That 40% can be a very big deal. It could really make the difference between a young family being able to buy versus rent a house. Ocala, tell me about it.
So 39.8% less than Orange County, for sure. And that's brand new. No repairs, move-in ready, a quarter of an acre. And the rental market's pretty tight too, so you're almost getting way more house for your money buying than you are renting.
If you would like to see any houses in Ocala, the Marion County area, there's a QR code on the screen right now that will connect you directly with Alicia. It's a beautiful part of the world. Maybe some people here haven't even spent a lot of time in Ocala. What's Ocala like? What do you feel like in Ocala?
So it's a mini metro right outside the big cities, but within an hour and 10 minutes of everything, of the beach, of Orlando, Tampa, even Gainesville. So we're just seeing everybody migrating our way and they're commuting back into work, but they get more land, peace and quiet, rolling hills, farms, zip lining. I'm still waiting for
Right? I'm in.
Yes.
People say that everyone's getting mean down in Miami, Orlando. You know, people are just mean now. What are the people like in Ocala?
They're nice. I mean, people are people, right?
Yeah.
But it's just really nice and quiet.
It's like a southern city. I'm from Tennessee, you know? It's like a southern city
quaint.
vibe still. That's how I feel about Ocala.
Yeah.
Alicia Lopez, excellent job. See you very soon. If you're getting married, looking for a house, do not sleep on Ocala.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
I absolutely love this episode because of weddings. I don't know, I get excited. Weddings are just so much fun. They're beautiful, they're lovely. You do it hopefully one time in your life. Anyway, I'm talking too much. So, People's Choice, you want to say your line?
No, I'm just saying
You have spoken, the people have spoken.
I was just
Whatever.
agreeing with you.
Anyway, People's Choice for Best Wedding Business. No surprise, Lucid Events. I'm joined by Gina, the boss lady. You honestly just make this whole process so much easier. Why'd you start?
We got started because we also love weddings. They are just the best day of your life. They're so magical, so exciting. So my background is working in Disney in food and beverage management. So I was at the parks for almost 10 years, and I ran some really large-scale operations in the parks. Also worked on some Disney premieres, which was very fun, and a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff happening. You know, so it's a lot to coordinate. So that was a great experience. Went on to work for Wedding Wire. And so I worked for Wedding Wire for 3 years, so that's a big trusted resource. When you're planning your wedding, you can find your venues, find your vendors. So when I was there, I actually had Florida as my market, so I got to meet a ton of vendors and also got to tour a ton of venues.
Incredible.
And learn pretty much everything there was to learn about weddings, inside and out. And so I decided that the next move for me was going to be wedding planning. And so here we are. We have our fantastic company, Lucid Events. We are literally just on fire, I think is a good word for us. We have done over 50 weddings in the past year, over 100 weddings total. We've been to 40 different venues in this past year, and the year's not even over yet.
That's incredible.
We've expanded into South Florida. We're doing destination, and we have such an amazing team. So we just love our couples so much, and we love getting to plan with everyone. So it's just been such a great journey, and we're so happy that we have, you know, just been able to share these moments with everyone and really put their trust in us to make their day go off without a hitch.
Yeah, and you've been featured on the show before, no surprise, shocker. And you know, you've won some awards with Wedding Wire and The Knot. How does it feel to just keep really kind of climbing the success?
Surreal, definitely. Yeah, definitely surreal. We're, like I said, we're so thankful couples will trust us with our big day. You know, it's a really big decision. There's so many decisions in wedding planning. We talked about that last time, like decisions all day long. There's options, there's details. So we are just very thankful that people put our trust in us, and having the experience we have, it really helps when you're going through and trying to figure out all these details and nuances, and maybe there's insurance and timelines and how the day is going to run, how to manage the guests. I know that the list is just endless.
Let me ask
It's
you
just
an
endless.
important question, if I may, for all the dudes at home. Where's the balance between me saying, I don't care, because then you get in trouble for saying whatever you want, I don't care, But then also, if we get too involved, we get yelled at too. Where is that happy medium for guys? Seriously.
Or you defer to your wedding planner.
Yeah, that's the
And
best
I'm going to
move,
tell you to defer to your fiance. That's where I would go with that. So we try to get the guys involved. We love when the guys get involved. Sometimes they do. Most of the time they do, especially when we get closer. They start to creep in and say, what's going on? Where am I going?
Right. So maybe someone's watching and they're like, okay, I'm getting married. I don't know if I should get a wedding planner. Why should they get it? Why should they choose you as their wedding planner?
Sure. If you plan your wedding without a wedding planner, on average, it would take 528 hours or 22 full days to plan a wedding.
That sounds like a lot.
It's a lot.
It's like way out there too.
I don't know who has time for that.
No,
I don't know how we have time for that.
No.
But no, we love to take that off your hands so that you can get to the answers you need faster. We can come up with decisions faster and stay on a timeline. So the time savings is very, very significant. Also, to our network of vendors is very vast. So In Bloom put this together for us.
I was gonna say these
wonderful.
it's just I want to steal all of them.
We designed it together. They slayed it. So we have an amazing vendor network that we work with. So when you partner with a wedding planner, there's so many different vendors and so many different choices, and you just really don't know where to start. You're gonna get to a point where you're just gonna look at everything and go, I am so stressed out. What am I doing? There's so many choices. So getting a wedding planner, it's getting those decisions done, and then on the day of, we're just there to make sure that everything is going to go off without a hitch. We're insurance and we're reassurance to make sure the guests are having a great time, the vendors are setting up, you're getting down the aisle, and you're just really enjoying all the moments with all the people you love on the day of your wedding.
Yeah, as you should. It's like the most special day ever.
Of course,
and you make it easy.
Yeah, no, we don't want you to stress. We got it under control.
I love it. Well, Gina, keep up the great work. Lucid Events, always crushing it. So happy to have you back on the show.
So happy to be back. Thanks so much, guys.
Well, do yourself a favor. If you find yourself getting married, do yourself a favor and check out Lucid Events. Gina will take great care of you.
The best of Central Florida, Justin's Choice, is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
And finally today, my favorite portion of the program, it is time for Justin's Choice, and Justin's Choice for Best Wedding Business. This will not be a surprise to you or to her. Goes to our great friends at Casa Leon Jewelers. So happy to be joined by Renee and Lauren. Hi guys, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Great.
So wedding time, a very important time. Wedding time, very important time for people, but it really gets kicked off with that engagement ring. You really pride yourself on having some fantastic engagement rings here. Tell me about the process when someone walks in thinking about getting married to actually getting down on one knee.
So we take pride in that. That's our specialty, what we, love to do. So when the guy first comes in and picks out a ring, we help and guide them to select the perfect one. We carry many designers, one of them being Michael M., which is our main designer. They are based out of California. Wow. Luxury jewelry, very beautiful pieces. And then we carry the matching wedding bands as well for each engagement ring.
Yeah, and we talked about trust a little bit, and a lot of these guys who come in maybe haven't bought a lot of jewelry before, and they're overwhelmed. They don't know. They hear ads on radio, they Google things, and I think trust is important when you're buying that engagement ring, especially if you haven't bought one before. Why can they trust you, Renee?
One of the things that we do best here at Casa Leon is we like to educate our customers. So it's very important because, like you said, Justin, when the guy comes in, he has no clue. It's very overwhelming. He looks in the showcase, he sees hundreds of rings and diamonds, and we educate them. We here at Casa Leon, we carry natural grown mine diamonds, and then we also carry lab diamonds. We do this for Generation Z. Everybody's kind of evolving, and we here at Casa Leon want to stay up to speed with whatever's trending.
What does lab grown mean? I think some people still don't even know exactly what that means when it comes to diamonds. Talk to me about lab grown.
It basically has the same chemistry as a naturally sourced diamond. It's just instead of billions of years to create, it can be done between 1 and 3 months. Yeah. And basically the chemistry is basically the same.
Yeah. So.
Carbon.
Sorry, I don't
No, I
want
want
to cut
you
him
to.
off. But Lauren, I mean, obviously when weddings come around, I want to come here with my girlfriends and like talk about like gifts for bridesmaids because that's huge.
So what is totally trending right now is permanent jewelry. Have you heard of that?
I have.
Okay, so it's jewelry, gold chains that we actually fuse together. So our jeweler comes out and we consider it zapping. So there's no class to it. It's something that is forever. So it's important to celebrate, you know, something huge like a wedding party that they can always look back on and see their bracelet and remember where they got it from.
I would be remiss if I didn't tell you, though, that my watch is from Casa as well. Your necklace, Michael M, and earrings all from here because this is where we shop. This is the only place that you and I go when it comes to buying jewelry. And it's, again, because we trust them. 1946. You don't stay in business since 1946 unless you're a trustworthy place. And that is what Casa means to me. Back to the wedding engagement stuff, though, for a second, because yes, at some point you get down on one knee, you put the ring on, but then we have a wedding too, and you want to buy wedding bands as well, I guess, right?
We have one of the largest selection of wedding bands for ladies and men. We can also custom make anything. So if you have that rare engagement ring, that one of a kind, that the band, no band out of the showcase is just going to fit perfectly, then that's what we specialize in, is designing one for your ring.
Yeah, we get people coming in with a sketch on a piece of paper.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, Pedro gets on our computer and you know, a couple of days later, it's done.
Pedro's the man. I mean,
is the
he's
man.
done a lot of things
He's
for
the man
us.
of the hour, for
You
sure.
guys are lucky to have Pedro, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What about someone who is thinking about getting engaged, and maybe their mom or their grandmother had a family heirloom type of thing, and they want to come in and have it redesigned and repackaged and make it more modern? How does that work?
We love that, actually. Yeah, that's great. If the customer has something like that that's passed down from generation to generation, then our jeweler will design something on the computer, a CAD image, computer-aided design, and then we actually 3D print it into a wax. And so the customer can try it, feel it, you know, make sure that it's everything that they want, that their stone is going to fit perfectly into it. And then right here as well, we cast it into the metal.
We have seen people come to tears after seeing it, seeing the new creation, which is something really cool.
Yeah. You must love seeing that. Oh, yeah. Really kind of changing lives from a jewelry store here. Awesome. Renee, Lauren, always a pleasure to see you both. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Justin.
And I have a QR code on the screen for you right now that will connect you directly with Lauren and Renee. Take your phone out, scan it, and ask them any question you want, or come visit their showroom. Beautiful showroom, I might add, just redesigned here in Lake Mary. All right. What do you think?
I mean,
Are you ready for marriage already? I mean, this was quite a show, huh?
It was, yes.
Hey, you did a great job, as always.
You did a great job.
Thank you to our videographer, Brent, our entire wonderful crew back at home base at WKMG. Yes. Most importantly, thank you. I'll see you again next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.